Hey everybody, welcome back. It's another Mustang day. Yay, I guess. Today I want to get the manifold back on, but before I can get the manifold back on, I need to repair that. And I have a new one sitting here, but that's got to come out of there. Last time I did one of these was many years ago on an F100 I had a 352 in it, and I had a major battle getting that out. I think I wound up collapsing it, cutting it, heating it. It was about an hour-long battle to get that out of there. So I'm going to start now. We'll see how tough it is. It came out of there surprisingly easy. I cut it off flush with a hacksaw, and then I was going to try and chisel through one edge, and it wound up just pushing it all the way inside, where I then used a magnet to get out. Then I used a kind of a monstrosity little tool I created to get in there and clean the hole up really good. And the new part is in the freezer. I'm going to get the torch. Trying to heat that up is probably nearly hopeless, but I can probably bring the temperature up a little bit. And then I'm going to take a hammer and a block of wood and see if I can't knock the new one in there. Part's been in the freezer for about 15 minutes. Oh boy, that doesn't even want to start, does it? Is that even the correct part? That just can't possibly be the right part. All right, part's back in the freezer. I was gonna sand it down a bit on the belt sander, but there's no way I'm gonna get it round doing that. So I put it on the Harbor Freight mini lathe, and I probably took 10-12 thousandths off it. Now it's back in the freezer. Now I'm gonna heat this back up and try again. Let me get the camera mounted here. I don't feel like holding it this whole time. That should kind of sort of be where it's at. What I'm afraid of is getting it part way in and not being able to get it any further, and then having to destroy it to get it back out. Let me go grab it and let's see what it does. I forgot to measure it to see how much I took off, but you can pretty much see it there. Let's see if it'll go. God dang it. I still think that's too tight, but let's see what happens. All right, I finally got this in. I wrecked the first one. Problem is, this is supposed to be a 5/8 hole on the inside. Let me get out of the sun here. To get a proper press fit, and it's a press fit part, to get, and 5/8 is 625. So to get a proper press fit, the piece should be a 626, maybe 627, 628 at the outside. Unfortunately, it's 630. With a hydraulic press and proper heating and cooling, you probably get a 5 thousandths press fit together, but it's going to be awful tight. Now the problem is, the hole is supposed to be 625, and the hole is not 625. The hole is 0.619. That means my 5 thousandths press fit just went to 11 thousandths, and that's never going to happen. So the first one, and I should have measured it. I should have, and I didn't. I thought I'd just to get it together. The first one, it was obvious it was way too big. So I cut it small, got it stuck, had to battle it back out. It's also an inch too long. So I got it back out, then I cut it too small, and so it's a $7 part. So I just went and got another one. And first thing I did was I took it to the lathe, and I got the size about what I thought was right. Then I parted an inch off of it because there's no point in sticking that far into the manifold. And then I had what I felt was a 1 to 2 thousandths press fit. And I cooled it down, and I heated the manifold, and let me tell you, it felt more like a 3 thousandths press fit than 1 to 2. But it's in there, and it's where I want it, so it's good. My piece of hose cut there, and that goes there, and then that will slide into the piece in the water pump. I think I am ready to put the manifold back in place. It's hanging here from the crane, and I can't think of anything else I need to be doing. Everything's cleaned up. All the gaskets are on and in place. Can't really think of anything, so let's do it. That went so much easier than I expected that I don't even have words to describe how easy that went. I was not expecting it just to plug right in and drop in place, because nothing has been easy the past couple of weeks. I have had to fight and struggle and beat everything into submission to get what I wanted. And to have something I was worried about as much as getting this manifold back on without, screwing the gaskets up or messing anything else up, to have it go that easy was just absolutely amazing. I'm going to throw the bolts in and get it torqued down, and then we'll get the valve train back together and get the distributor back in. I still don't have a thermostat, but that's supposed to be coming today. And yeah, wow, amazing. Oh, you know what? It's Friday. It's Friday. Why don't I seem to learn that things seem to want to go well for me these days on a Friday? I don't get it. But anyway, going to bolt this thing down and torque it. Well, it is lunchtime, and I think I am going to knock off. I have some other things to do today. Friday, I may not make it out here tomorrow. I have client work and some other things to do tomorrow, but should be able to get back on Sunday. Manifold is in, it's all torqued down. The rocker rails are in and all torqued down, and I have the engine set to top dead center. If you take a look down there, I don't know how well you can see it. I have a white mark for top dead center, and I have two orange marks, one for 10 degrees before top dead center and one for 30 degrees before top dead center. So next time out, it is distributor, spark plugs, valve covers, coil, wires, all that kind of stuff. May get the carburetor back onto at that point. I did get my little stub hose here in just without a problem. The manifold really went back on slickly. Being able to lower it down to say, within a half, 3/4 inch of sitting down, and then plug this in and then lower it the rest of the way down, that made it so easy. So it is a beautiful Sunday morning, and I thought I would come out here and start putting this engine back together. I did finally figure out the thermostat. Amazon kept sending me the wrong thermostats. This year of 390 is supposed to take a 2 or 2 1/8 inch thermostat, and this one takes a 2.5 inch thermostat. So I pretty much had to order one for a 64 Thunderbird with a 390 in it, and then I got the correct 2.5 inch thermostat. I also realized that I screwed something up. Well, I didn't screw something up, not yet, but I made a mistake and left something out, and now I have to deal with it. And what I left out was this. This is the heat riser block that goes between the exhaust pipe and manifold on the passenger side. I had meant to slide this onto the studs and zip tie it in place and then cut the zip tie out once, it was down onto the studs properly in the pipe, but I forgot. So there's a couple things I could do. I can try and pull the studs off of the manifold. Of course, if I break one of the studs off, now I've opened up a whole can of worms. I don't think I'm going to go there. I could try and take the pipe off of the other side because it's an H pipe and it's all solid. I don't think that's going to work. I worked in an exhaust shop for years when I was younger, custom exhaust shop, so I kind of know how these things go. I could also cut the pipe on that side, put the pipe back on, this back on, weld it up, and I mean, that wouldn't even be a blip on the radar for me, except for the fact that I do not know how rusty these pipes are, and they are now solid and not broken, and then that could easily open up another bag of snakes for me. So I think the easiest thing to do at this point is modify this part. And by modify it, I mean take the ears off with the holes and put it up. If it won't clamp tight without the studs going through these holes, once I have the main spacer in place, I can always put a round spacer over the studs and then tack weld it to the body of this. Screwing this up won't be a big deal to me. I can get these things all day long. But screwing up something like the pipe or the manifold, that would be a big deal. All right, I have completed my butchering of this part, and if you're wondering, no, this is not the first time I've done this to a heat riser. Probably done it a dozen times. Both chopped the inside out and welded it and cut the ears off, so I've got experience at this. Well, I'm making some pretty good progress. I'm happy with the way everything's going back together. I'm going to, what is this? Today is Tuesday, so I'm probably going to get as far as I can today and then get this video up tomorrow morning, and hopefully I'll get far enough today that I will be able to start it in the next video. But today, distributor, water neck, carburetor's just sitting there. I've got to adjust this thing. It's sitting down too low and hitting the manifold. I knew that was going to happen. I had a thicker one under here, but the thicker one only let me get like 2 threads of nut on, and I don't want to change the stud. So I went back to the thinner one, and now I've got to get it so that that's not hitting the manifold. That's not going to be that big of a deal. Distributor, I think I'll do the water neck first, then distributor and wires, and then I'll get the linkages and other lines, fuel lines, carburetor back on there properly, this adjusted. All right, I believe it is completely back together. The only thing I have found that I have left over are the 2 bent push rods. Everything else is back together. Obviously the air cleaner, which I don't have, and its little caps and hoses aren't back, but I'll deal with that. I'll cross that bridge when I come to it. Not something I'm worried about at the moment. And yes, these spark plug wires are still every bit as ridiculously too long as they were before. I can't imagine who thought that was the correct length, cut the length for a Ford 390 engine, but that was what the package said. So they are just stupid too long. I can't find the spark plug wire loom holders, the original ones that would go on there. I know somebody probably makes them, but I can't find them. So I'm probably going to have to 3D print something. I do not have the transmission vacuum modulator line connected yet. And remember, this is not the carburetor that I really want to be on this car. But I know it works, and I did just rebuild it, so I am going to be using it. I have to get gas, I have to fill it with coolant, and then fire it up and see what I screwed up. I don't think I'm going to do that in this video. It is Tuesday. I want to post this video tomorrow, and I still need to get all the pieces put together and edit it. If you guys see anything that I missed that I didn't put back together, let me know, and I'll do it before the next video. But yeah, that's enough for me for today. It is time to go in and have lunch and edit video. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye for now.